Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everyone is having an amazing day so far. So I want to discuss one of these Packers first-round draft picks and talk about why I think the Packers defense is going to be much, much better coming into 2022 because of Devonte Wyatt. Packers' second first-round pick. The Packers, of course, pick Quay Walker, number 22 overall, linebacker from Georgia. Come in at number 28 and take defensive tackle Devonte Wyatt from Georgia. And I feel like one thing for the past few years for the Packers defense, one weakness has somewhat consistently been their lack of ability when it comes to stopping the run. If we take a look at the Packers defense last year, sort of their overall stats, we were the 10th best defense when it came to scoring points per game. This also factors in the playoffs as well. We were the 10th best rushing defense overall in yards per game. But then if you look at the Packers when it comes to yards per carry, they were the 28th ranked rushing defense when it came to yards per carry allowed, allowing 4.7 yards per carry. So one of the worst defenses in the NFL when it came to yards per carry and stopping the run. And so I think looking at this Packers defense, the interior of the D-line was definitely one area where I think if we were to come in before the draft and add someone, that this defensive line, the Packers run defense, I think would definitely take a huge step forward. So the fact that the Packers not only got Quay Walker, linebacker from Georgia at 22, who I think will really help against the run considering he's an insanely good tackle. He was the best tackler when it came to linebackers in this NFL draft, having only missed 3 tackles in 2020 or 2021. And so then the fact that the Packers came in, get Devonte Wyatt, an insanely athletic, explosive defensive tackle who can play all along the interior of the defensive line. We've talked about for the past couple of years, Kenny Clark is there inside, and there's no question he's a monster, he's a beast. Teams lots of times have to come in and double team him. And besides Kenny Clark, the interior of the D-line has definitely struggled, I would say. That's been one of the weaker areas of this Packers defense. Now, Dean Lowry did take somewhat of a step forward last year, had his best year, had 42 pressures in 2020. But I think the fact that we got Devonte Wyatt, who was probably the best defensive tackle in this draft, he's very good against the run as well as the pass. I think that the Packers are going to honestly be able to use him pretty early in this defense. I think from day one, he could be a game changer here, considering his explosiveness, considering his ability to stop the run, his ability to rush the passer. On third down, we can throw out Kenny Clark and Devonte Wyatt out there on the inside with Rashawn Gary and Preston Smith on the outside. And I think that this Packers pass rush is going to take a huge step forward. And obviously, when it comes to stopping teams on third down who are passing the ball, of course, your secondary has to be good. But if you have a pass rush that is consistently getting pressure on the quarterback, it's going to make it that much harder for them to convert those third downs. And so I think adding Devonte Wyatt, who can really do that, is going to be huge for this Packers defense. I'm curious to see, sort of how this defensive line is going to look next year, like who will end up getting the most snaps. I just think when you look at Devonte Wyatt and how good he is, he could take over for Dean Lowry. We did also add Jarran Reed, who started for the Chiefs last year, but I feel like Wyatt is better than all 3 of those guys. And so I really think when you look at this Packers D-line, whenever we do have, run like a 4-2-5 defense with like 2 on the interior and then Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith on the outside, I think that line of Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, Kenny Clark, and then Devonte Wyatt is going to be dangerous. And the fact that last year the Packers were the 10th best defense when it came to scoring, and now we added 2 insanely explosive, probably some of the most athletic defensive players in this draft. I mean, it's crazy to think, I think, what the Packers defense is going to be able to do going forward because, yes, of course, the Packers offense lost Devontae Adams, but I really don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. I posted a tweet earlier today. Let me see exactly what it said because I was thinking about, how the Packers, the stat that has gone around a lot with the Packers losing Devontae Adams is that in the 7 games with Adam, we were 7-0. So here's a tweet I said. Okay, in the 7 games without Devontae Adams, the Packers were 7-0 and averaged 31.6 points per game. And now we have Sammy Watkins, Christian Watson, and Romeo Doubs. I think we'll be okay. So not only were we 7-0 without Devontae, we averaged 31.6 points per game. So Matt LaFleur was able to get this offense to produce even without Devontae Adams out on the field. And I know there is that argument that, Aaron Rodgers forces the ball to Devontae too much. And because when he wasn't on the field playing, he was able to spread the ball around a lot. I think that definitely, there's an argument for that. And so I think losing Devontae, but then we come in and add 3 weapons like that, I think this Packers offense is going to be very, very good once again, especially with our backfield as well. So to be able to, really focus on this defense in this draft in the first round especially, I think is going to make this Packers defense like top 3, top 5 defense in the NFL. When you just look at the guys coming back from last year 2 of Joe Barry's defense, I think there's no question when you're in a scheme longer, when you understand how everything works, your defense is going to get that much better. So without these 2 first-round picks, I think the Packers defense would have taken another step forward. But now to add 2 guys who are insanely athletic from this Georgia defense, I mean, I think this could be, for the next few years, a top 5 defense in the NFL. So maybe we don't score as many points, but I think we still can with the talent we have there. Who knows how long it'll take for these wide receivers to develop, especially the young ones. We'll see. Maybe they come in year 1 and dominate. I hope, as a Packers fan, that happens. But I really, really like what Brian Gutekunst did in this draft, and I think that there's not honestly too many holes on this Packers defense, especially when it comes to, the defensive line now. I think there's enough talent there to, I think, get the job done. So we'll see if they can perform. We'll see if they produce, how they produce this year. But those are my thoughts for today. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, Luke_Beller for more content over there. But that is all for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.